Set a purpose for reading and ask and answer questions. In order to gain a better understanding of a text, it is important to establish a purpose for reading. When reading fiction, your purpose for reading can be to be entertained or to gain information. You can set a purpose for reading by asking and answering questions. When you read a story, you should ask questions to keep track of what the characters think, do, and say, as well as the story events. To understand a new passage, I can preview the text and set a purpose for reading. This passage is called a farm field trip. What is something you'd like to find out? What kind of information can we look for? We can read to find out from what point of view is this story written, or what happens in the story. Follow along and listen as I read A Farm Field Trip. Right now, my science teacher, Mr. Fry, is handing out permission slips for a field trip. I can hardly wait. Next week, my science class will be visiting a farm. I think my classmates are just as excited as I am. None of us lives near a farm, so visiting one will be something new for all of us. Mr. Fry says that the farm has different types of animals living there. It has goats for milking and for keeping the grass short. The farmer has chickens and sells their eggs. The farmer also raises pigs and collects honey from his own bees. The farm mainly grows vegetables for people to eat. At the farm, first we will be visiting a greenhouse where the farmer is growing plants from seeds. Then we will see how the seedlings are planted in the ground. Not long ago in class, we were learning about how plants grow. This spring, we planted vegetable seeds, just like farmers do. Except instead of planting seeds in a field, we planted them in little pots and lined up the pots in a sunny window of our classroom. The pots are still there in the window. Last week, some of the seeds were sprouting. On our field trip, we will be learning about how this process works on a real farm. Mr. Fry says we will be there just in time to see fields of seeds starting to sprout. I must remember to ask my mom to sign the permission slip. I certainly don't want to miss out on a farm field trip. Asking questions about a text before reading will help you read with a purpose. What was your purpose for reading this story? Was it to find out what happened on the field trip? Asking questions during reading will help you deepen understanding of the text. What questions did you have during the story? What point of view is the story written? What are some of the events that happened in the story? Answering those questions will help make sure you understand who and what the passage is about.